With me today is a member of the Order of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, MFR. Now that's a big one. An award-winning actor who's featured in well over 300 movies since her Nollywood film debut in 1995. And now, besides gracing covers of magazines and billboards, our guest today, Omotola Jalade Ekeinde, is also a singer, a passionate activist, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and also a doting mother.
Oh, wow.
I know you are so much of a doting mother. At least we see your posts on Instagram and we know how much your kids mean to you.
Wow.
Now, this is something that we've not seen before. What is TEFest all about?
So TEFest is a festival and fair to promote the new possibilities in the business of entertainment. As you know, we are very much about the show business, and that's what we have started with in the industry. Rightly so, because we needed to make it glamorous, we needed to make it, work. Now I am about going back to make sure that we now strengthen the business. It's called show business for a reason.
Yeah.
But we've done the show. Now we need to do the business.
The money part.
Most of us are not young anymore. I have 4 kids. My last child is 17. 2 of my kids are now into the entertainment industry. My first son is a music producer and artist. My second son is right now studying film in Los Angeles. So these guys are going to come into the industry and to what? So this is, I mean, some of us have done very well for ourselves, personally. Yeah. But then you find out one day after you sit down, I've been selfish. It's been about me, and I'm fine, I'm good. But then how about the ones coming behind me? What's the structure, that we're leaving for them? What have we been able to do with what we could have done to make sure that their lives are better and that they don't have to go through the struggles that we have? Unfortunately, right now, there is nothing. I'm 25 years in the industry. By next year, I'll be celebrating my 25th year in the industry. And I have never earned any money, at least from movies, for royalties. Really? From music, I have. Which is very interesting.
And we've not heard so much about the music part, and that happened maybe just after the band. So there was this talk that, okay, it was because of the band you went into doing music. Was it because of passion, or maybe you had nothing to do at that time and music was the next thing to go into?
Interestingly, I never planned to be an actor, but I've always wanted to be a singer, you see. So when I actually thought I was going to come into entertainment, I thought it was going to be through music. But then, life has a way of doing things. And I came in through the movies. So all the time we're always working, so you never really have any time to yourself. So suddenly I have time and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do what I really wanted to do.
Let me just ask this. We had an issue with our film submission for this year. A number of people don't really understand what happened, why it was rejected at some point, and why maybe couldn't we send in another one and all that. Can you clarify a little bit for us on that?
So every country has just one submission every year. And for foreign films or international movies, unfortunately, it has to be foreign language. That's just
foreign language.
Yeah, it has to be foreign language, most of it, or vernacular or something. Prior to this, I had already written to them. Funny enough, I had already started the work where I was already addressing them concerning this. Like, look, in Nigeria, our official language is English, and it will be very awkward for us to start to shoot movies just because we want to submit it for the Oscars. So this kind of like doesn't play well in our favor. But of course, we have movies in vernacular and in local languages. That's another thing that we might have to look at. But then I already submitted this, not knowing that it was actually going to come up, and they had already responded to me that they're looking into it, but that it's not something they want to address in the immediate future. And so when the NOSC, or something they call the selection committee. Put that out, I knew there was going to be problems because I already knew I'm a voting member, and it would have been nice if they consulted, but they didn't. But I already knew that was going to be a problem. But I was also curious to see if maybe because of some of the things that we had done earlier, maybe because of a letter I had sent earlier and the conversation I had earlier, maybe they could change their mind because, these things happen sometimes for a reason, everything comes together. Definitely. But unfortunately, they didn't, and of course, it was disqualified. But I knew that was going to happen anyway.
Wow.